Hello everyone! Welcome to Life Journal Jumpstart. My name's April and today is Wednesday, December 11th, and we'll be reading Philemon 1 and Hebrews 1-4. Did you know that Philemon is the shortest letter of Paul the Apostle? Although don't be fooled, this letter may be short in stature, but it's explosive in its content. Philemon was a Roman citizen who became a church leader at a church home in Colossae. Many Roman citizens at the time had slaves, and that's where Onesimus comes in the picture. Onesimus wronged Philemon in some way. He may have cheated him or stole from him, which could have been reprimanded with severe punishment like death. So Onesimus, the slave, runs away, meets Paul the Apostle, follows Christ, and becomes Paul the Apostle's assistant. Here's where this short letter becomes explosive. In this letter, Paul the Apostle's goal is to ask Philemon to forgive Onesimus, and not only that, but to also embrace him as a brother, not as a slave, but as an equal. The theme of Paul the Apostle's letter is the power of the gospel to transform individual lives and human relationships, and to see that all of Jesus' followers are equal partners who share in the gift of God's grace and love. This is the transformative message of the gospel, and it's exactly why it's so life-changing, because it requires you to give up your old life and old beliefs to be renewed in Christ. As God is reconciling the world to himself, he's not counting the world's sin against them, and Paul the Apostle is asking the same of Philemon. Today, we're also jumping into the book of Hebrews. The author of this letter is anonymous, but we do know that the author has had relationships with the disciples around Jesus. We know that the audience of this letter were Jewish Christians who are being persecuted because of their faith, which is why the author expected the reader to have a thorough knowledge of the Old Testament scriptures called the Torah. In this context, some of the Jewish Christians were abandoning their faith in Jesus because of this persecution. The theme of this book is that Jesus Christ is greater than any angel, priest, and covenant practice. Christians must not forsake the great salvation that Jesus has brought about. They must hold on by faith to the true rest found in Christ, and they must encourage others in the church to do the same. As you read today, the author compares and contrasts Jesus to key people and events in history. Jesus is compared with 1. Angels and the Torah, and 2. Moses and the Promised Land. The author is giving the reader a warning that if Israel was called to pay attention to the Torah, which was delivered by angels, how much more should they pay attention to the message that was announced by the Son of God, who was greater than the angels? The other warning is that if Jesus is greater than Moses, how much higher are the stakes if the readers rebel against them? Reminding that the readers need to trust God for the future rest of God's creation and not to lose out on entering on his new creation. What these chapters are pointing to is that Jesus is superior over anyone or anything else, showing that Jesus is worthy of their trust and devotion, and to challenge the readers to remain faithful to Jesus despite persecution. So today, as you read, I pray that the Lord would speak to you through his word, and have a great day. We will see you tomorrow.